Well, it's Friday somewhere, so we got the Bourbon Friday show here at Kinesis, which is the big fundraiser for Venture Café. Talking to Travis Sheridan. So Travis, thanks for stopping by.
Sure, thanks for pouring me some bourbon.
Of course, yeah, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, tell us, first of all, what is Kinesis? What are we doing here tonight?
So Kinesis is the fundraiser for Venture Café St. Louis. Venture Café is a nonprofit, so in order to make sure that they can give away free education, free content, free beer and wine, somebody's got to pay for it. So once a year, we ask the community to help out.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what are we expecting to see here at the event this evening?
So tonight we will hear some stories, just a quick program of some stories of people that have had impact through Venture Café.
Okay.
But we also wanted to set it up so it felt like an experience of Venture Café. So there's going to be breakout sessions, there'll be demonstrations. There's ways for people to feel like they're participating in Venture Café,
cool,
but in a more robust way with a few bars sprinkled around.
Yeah, bars, food,
yeah,
awesome. So
yeah.
So yeah, enjoying that. Well, let's take a quick break. So we got to ask Eric. We always got our unique bourbon on the show.
Sure.
And so Eric's got a bourbon he paired with you this
I've
evening.
kind of curated the bourbon to be very St. Louis centric. There's something related back to St. Louis. We had this on the show back for Launch Code, so we pulled it back out of the vault.
Mm-hmm.
This is Urban Bourbon. It is a Spirit of St. Louis. It's made at Square One Brewery down at Lafayette Square. This bottle itself, though, was in a barrel that they found somewhere in the back. It's a 10-year-old bourbon in a small barrel, so it's super woody, but not in a bad way.
Yeah. What's the proof on this? Let's see, what is it? 80, so it's pretty light.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That's
Drinkable.
the weakest bourbon Eric will ever bring on the show.
It's the weakest one I can bring on the show, otherwise it's not bourbon.
Oh, fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
I learn something every time, right?
So shall we imbibe?
Sure.
Of course, yeah.
Cheers.
You have to let us know what you think.
Yeah. Oh, it is woody, but not too woody.
Right.
Yeah, it's great.
Good.
Yeah.
So 10 years does for you, I guess, right?
10
Yeah.
years, one of 50 bottles, something like that.
Oh,
8
wow.
bottles. So.
Very cool. Well, Travis, while we're talking here, I wanted to ask you to tell us a little bit more about Venture Café, because obviously this is something that you've been running for quite a while.
Right.
I think you mentioned you're in 11 locations.
We're in 11 cities around the world.
Wow.
So, St. Louis has the swagger of being the first expansion city outside of Boston and Cambridge back in, 5 years ago. We're celebrating the 5th anniversary here in St. Louis.
Awesome.
And now what's really cool about this year is we're in 6 cities in the United States and 5 cities internationally.
Okay.
So there's this greater parity. It's not just about a U.S.-based organization, U.S.-based entrepreneurs. Internationally, we're 3 in Europe, which is Warsaw, Bilbao, and Rotterdam.
Okay.
And then we're also in Tokyo and Sydney. So it's
Wow.
almost when the sun comes up somewhere, there's a Venture Café going on at the end of the week. Yeah.
I like it. Well, so you've been opening a lot of these internationally lately, right? So what's your year been like?
So just to put it in perspective, when we launched Venture Café in St. Louis, after that, for the first 3 years after that, we were launching 1 per year.
Okay.
Then 2018 we launched 2.
Okay.
But in the first 6 months of 2019 we launched 4.
Oh, okay.
So that's
wow.
in the startup world, it's hockey stick growth.
Yeah, well, that's good.
That's a lot of really cool teams. But what I think I love the most about it is when I go to the other Venture Cafés, I run into people that are Venture Café community, right? They're innovators and entrepreneurs trying to do cool things, trying to fix their world, whatever that might be, through innovation. And we've now seen more and more. I was looking at Instagram today. There was a guy, I don't even know his real name, but on his handle, he was just saying, I'm going to be in Tokyo, and it's Thursday. I usually go to the one in Cambridge. Now I'll go to the one in Tokyo.
Really?
So it's just this nice opportunity when you're there, you can drop in and get connected to entrepreneurs.
Yeah, that's amazing. So what's the vision long term? Is this kind of thing where you're expecting to be able to go to most significant international cities and find one someday?
Yeah, last year I set the vision of us being in 50 cities by 2025.
Really?
Now,
Okay.
that will accomplish a couple of things. About 300 to 400 people in St. Louis, it's 500 people a week attend the Thursday gathering. Mm-hmm. So when we're in 50 cities, that will mean on an annual basis, 1 million people will be going to Venture Café, which is a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
The other piece the reason we want to be in 50 cities is we want entrepreneurs to be able to expand and scale into any city and have a community there waiting for them to support them and help them grow.
It's very important.
And because if you're in St. Louis, you want to expand to Sydney, Australia, or Miami, Florida, you can go there and get connected into a community that's very supportive. And so when we're in 50, that means we'll be in 50 of the good innovation cities, and you'll have a community built in.
That's amazing. Yeah, It's a great support organization.
Yeah.
Almost anywhere you end up.
Well, and the other piece of this is that we really believe that like innovation is the way that we're going to fix the world and really improve the human condition.
Sure.
So every venture cafe is like a research and development laboratory, right? You're finding a piece of the solution to something in every city, and if you solve it there, you can export it elsewhere. And that's what we're really trying to do.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I imagine if you have an idea but don't have all the pieces in place, Venture Cafe is a great place to come, right?
It's a
you
great
can
place
find
to
co-founders, spitball ideas, all kinds of awesome stuff.
Yeah, and it's a place where you could just normalize your crazy, right?
Okay,
like you
fair
just like,
enough.
oh, there's other people like me. This is cool. I'm not the weird one. Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, so for those of our viewers, there's probably many that haven't heard of Venture Cafe.
Sure.
But kind of who's it for? Who should be attending on a weekly basis?
So it's for innovators, right? But like, what does that mean? We have school teachers, we have artists, we have computer programmers. What we have noticed is at the cross section of industries is where innovation happens. So we want anybody that's interested in taking a skill and putting it into a new way, deploying it in a new way, to come and engage at Venture Cafe. And so our flagship program in every city is what we call the Thursday Gathering.
Okay.
So every city from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m., people are gathered to experience Venture Cafe. There's some networking, there's education, and there's these serendipitous collisions.
Yeah.
And so if a person's in St. Louis and they want to get involved, they think, I've been interested in what's going on in innovation or in Cortex, or I've heard a lot about the St. Louis startup scene, then get plugged in through a Venture Cafe.
Perfect. Right. And if somebody wants to attend, should they register ahead of time? Or
You don't have to.
Easy.
It's free and there's no need to RSVP. I mean, they could look at the agenda, go to vencapstl.org and take a look at the agenda, but really it just show up. Yeah, and
Easy
there's
enough.
friendly people there to meet you.
I like it. All right.
Great.
Well, obviously we're here to raise money tonight,
That's
right?
right,
So we
yes.
got to plug that. So if somebody's
Sure.
out there and they want to contribute,
Yeah.
how can they go about doing that?
So if you believe in this, you believe that innovation is really cool, go to vcstl.co/give, vcstl.co/give, and you can make a donation to this wonderful nonprofit.
Awesome. And we'll make sure to put that in the post as well. So
Great,
people can
thanks.
Just go ahead and click on it.
Thank you.
Cool.
And
Well, Travis,
one little
Yep.
thing. I follow you on social.
All right.
And I know you have a very unique home here in St. Louis.
I do.
And it was one I've looked into the container home as well. I know you have that doorbell camera.
Right.
You got some pretty good stories?
I have great doorbell camera stories. I think I might end up having a pitch competition with my doorbell camera one of these days.
Wow.
Of like encourage people to ring the doorbell and give their startup pitch, and then we will just like post these online.
Oh, there you go.
But the most important part of my house for gentlemen like you is I have an old 1950s TV that I've gutted, and it is my whiskey
There it is.
bar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yep. That
There we
makes
go.
sense to me. I like that.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, well, we're going to wrap things up. So,
Okay.
again, Travis, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for
I know
having
you
me.
got lots to do tonight, so I appreciate your time.
Sure thing.
And for those of you tuning in, we're going to continue going live for a while here at Kinesis, talking to some interesting people. So, join us again in the next few minutes. Thanks for tuning in, and go make a donation in the meantime.
Hey, thanks for watching. We truly hope you enjoyed it. Please like and share this episode, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. To stay up to date, follow us on social. We are at Bourbon Fridays on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. See you next time.